he's great kick out. I think Cluxon, you can't press him for the full game. I think that middle third will be absolutely key. I think when Dublin, there's so many battles going to happen. You're going to have things happening all over the pitch for the first 20-25 minutes, and once it settles and you can see a pattern flowing, I think Kerry will have to up it, those 4 or 5 players in that attack, if they can get it going and keep Dublin limited in possession. I think they'll have a great chance. I think Clifford will be key to the whole thing. I think but he will need help, and I think that help could come from the back. I think Gavin White is playing a serious season of football. I think Tom Sullivan is another fella that'll contribute big. But I am a firm believer always that you have to go after Dublin's strong points. So Con will have to be minded seriously, Kilkenny will have to be minded, Fenton will have to be minded. And that's no small job, because James McCarthy, like they have an uncanny knack of say Monaghan game, not being in the game for so long, or not dominating a game so long, and then just powering, surging ahead, and that know-how of how to finish out a game, and that belief, just have us there for the last 5 minutes. But look, any Kerry game, the last Kerry Dublin game has been so close, but I'm going to tip Kerry by 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
Just the 3 or 4.
You're after coming up to Dublin. You're after tipping Kerry. You brought no tickets for the hill. You'd be lucky to get out here. Mick, 1 vote for Kerry. Are you going with the head or the heart?
1 vote for Kerry. Look, I think for me, I think the Kerry team is playing a different team than they played last year. I think the lads who have come into it, we've talked about them. I think that they're going to bring a different energy on and off the pitch. I think it's look. I think talked a whole lot about like the battles midfield and what Stephen Cluxton can do and all these things, and like I suppose like as a player, like I used to always love when like my opposition marker used to get man of the match the day before. I was like delighted with the O'Shea's or one of David Moore or one of these boys. Everyone's clapping them on the back beforehand, and I was like, that's exactly what you want from the defensive point of view. I know Clifford brings an outrageous level of consistency to the game, but if you're one of the double full backs and you know how much he's getting plotted all week, like the lads are loving that. They want to play against the best. So look, even if you shut down those lads, and look, we haven't even said a word about the name Colm Pasquale, who was having an outrageous season this year. Like, you know, I'm seeing this man inside it, like day in day out with my club, and he is a phenomenal performer, and he is hard to stop at the best of times. And he was quiet the last day, and I'd be very surprised if he doesn't have a huge impact on this finals.
Top scorer from playing the whole championship, I think.
Is he in the whole? Look, there you go. Like he's just one of these people that has a natural bit of football about him, and he can just go both feet and he can just go at people left and right. So he's one of these people that you shut down Con and you want the likes of these lads to kind of step up. So look, I am, would you believe, gonna vote with my head and my heart. I'm gonna say Dublin just by 1. Because I'm sounding as Conor,
I'll give you the final vote. Dublin or Kerry, and if Dublin win, how many ways should it be separated? Twice, 4, 8. If Dublin win again and are on top, split 4 ways again.
I should. How many municipal authorities? 3, isn't it? So like 3. Isn't it obvious that there should be at least 3 teams? Anyway, that's a different debate. I do think that in the future it will happen. Like when there's 1.5 million living in Dublin, there's surely going to be a need for another team. But anyway, I like a bet, and I back Dublin at 9-4 because I still think that they're the best players when they're fully motivated. And once McCaffrey was coming back and Mannion was coming back, and as Michael was saying, the comments there, who wasn't there last year, that's some heavy armoury to be bringing to the game. Every county team in the country would love to have those fellas, and David Moran is definitely a loss. So I think Dublin have better players, and I think they have a better bench, and they hadn't got that bench last year. Now, I don't know about Colm Pasquale. He's been around a good while, and he seems to either blow very hot or very cold. I don't know why that is, because he seems to have phenomenal talent and pace and scoring ability, but been there. Like, he's around for what, 6 or 7 years, and he still hasn't nailed down the starting space. I know it's difficult in that Dublin forward line, but I think I'd prefer to be relying on Colm Callahan. And with Paddy Small be on, Paddy Small, like, no matter what way Dublin turn, they seem to have 7 or 8 top quality forwards anyway. Anybody can play in the backs, you know, like, any of the, we used to say, like, you know, a fella come in, if he hasn't much talent, just put him in the backs. Anybody can play in the backs. All Ireland finals are decided by forwards. And Clifford, Conor Callahan, they decided Dublin have better forwards. Sean O Se hasn't been good this year. Has he, Tomas? Paul Ganey hasn't been good this year. Adrian Spillane was poor the last day. I don't know where all the fuck
Stephen O'Brien
Kerry need to score
Should we show
one.
up at all?
Kerry need to score 117. Tell us where they're going to get it.
Where I'd agree. I think some of the forwards are coming in under a little bit of pressure and they have to perform, but I do think that ability is there. I think Sean O Se is well capable. I think.
Tomas, can I just ask you something I always want to ask? How come you're in Kerry you're Tomas O Se? Everyone else in the country you're Tomas O Se. In Kerry it's Sean O Se. Everyone else in the country it's Sean O Se. What's the story? I always wondered why you're
illiterate down there.
We're still taking your money down there, lads. I don't know. I don't notice anybody say or myself saying that.
You said Jack Connor every time. Sean O Se, you never put in the O ever. I'm sorry to break down the forward ball here, but I go through your column once and you mentioned about 6 Kerry players that like to put their correct names in, not the names that you gave me. But.
Yeah, but I don't know why I didn't notice it. Thanks for noticing it. I never noticed it. Look, I think both sets of forwards. Yeah, you could argue that Dublin have more prolific set of forwards, but I'm telling you, like, Paudie Clifford is a fella that Dublin will have to nail down as well. He loads the bullets for the other fellas inside the full forward line. I would agree, yeah, and I've said it all night, there's 2 or 3 fellas that need to step it up in that forward line, but if they do, I do think, Mayo caused that Dublin full back line serious problems in that first half, and I do think it will come down to possession, it will come down to the amount of ball you have. You'll get 6 or 7 chances where you'll be able to move it as quickly as you want, and it'll come down to chances taken. I think it's going to be a seriously close game, but I do think that you might be underestimating that forward line in Kerry.
Stephen O'Brien starts with it as well. Officially.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't want to believe that now either. You know, you can't believe these teams that are named.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I think himself and Brian Begley were the 2 lads that were going to put up. I'd love to have Brian Begley in there. I think he's a dog of war. He's a kind of a guy who you can put in and who'll do the things that need to be done during matches. He obviously isn't named, but I think Stephen O'Brien is a player. If you start Adrian Spillane on wing forward, I presume he's in for Adrian Spillane. Yeah. If you start Adrian Spillane, the Dubs mightn't be worried about Adrian Spillane in an attacking way, but they will have to pin O'Brien down because he does like to attack every single time, and he is a good guy to track defenders as well. I presume Small will go on Gavin White, and I think he's a fierce man to tackle to Harry. There's going to be brilliant one-on-one battles all over the place.
But the reason just for the record of why you have so many dummy teams coming out of this typical GA bullshit, you have to put in your list on the Wednesday night. So you have to name your 26 players, and I found this quite frustrating actually, because you wouldn't necessarily know your team on Tuesday night. You might pick it, but you might be, maybe somebody might be injured, you'd be waiting for Thursday night. So most people now just put in 1 to 26, whatever it is, and then you put out the proper team on the Sunday.
Yeah, I noticed you named a dummy team for the Tailteann Cup final.
No, we just put the same team in for every game, and people thought, oh Jesus, sometimes there was a change on the subs or whatever, but that was the way it was. You just put in the 26 fellas, and then on the day of the game, but you mightn't know the team on Wednesday night because fellas might be injured or whatever. So that's the reason. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
the
just
GA
have a
force
squad. You name your
Yeah.
squad and half an hour before the game, name your team.
Go on,
and as well
before-
as
yeah.
that, if you say we're training on Friday night, you know, you don't want the teams have been released on Friday morning. You don't want the press to have a team before the players. So you just tell the fellas, same panel is going in, and we'll tell you the team on Friday night because we would have trained a lot on Friday night.
The last one, because I can feel the blood boiling a small bit here, so I'm going to throw it out there. Tomas, what's your biggest gripe with the GA, or what would you most like to change? I know you're a big fan of the attacking mark.
I hate the mark. I just don't. I don't like it. I think it just slows down the game. I don't think it gives the defender any chance whatsoever to defend. That part of the game is you're giving a free kick for catching the ball. I just don't. I think it's completely. Even if it works, you'd have some argument if there's a ball going kicked from the middle of the park inside 13-yard line and a fella catches a ball. I'd hesitantly say, right, if you would change that, I grudgingly accept that. But this stuff of, I think it's completely wrong. I think, look, we complaining all night about the GA, this and the GA that. I think it's very hard we're always complaining. We're just a nation of complainers anyway. I would like to see a season extended 3 or 4 weeks. That'd be it.
Michael, Darragh, anything yourself? And I think the reason we complain about, we only complain about things we love, generally, really. So that's why we complain about it. But any gripe with the GA?
Just the weather, maybe. Like, sorry that out. Apart from that, 100%, yeah. Colm.
No, I just think it's a great organisation. I think it's really, it's all about clubs really. You know, what's happening on Sunday and county level is very much the tip of the iceberg and the great work that goes on in all the clubs and looking after young people. That's the marvellous part of it.
Yeah. The club, obviously, that'll be the